What you see when I pass by today, pass by today, pass by today, pass by today, pass by today.
Now, as far as connections, what I need y'all to do is make sure that you make meaningful connections with your professors, with other students that have the same interests as you. Like, because you never know, like stuff happens very quickly, and people may end up doing the jobs or maybe a part of things that you want to be a part of, and it could be a whole thing. So make sure that you take advantage of that because just like you can offer them something, they can offer you something as well. So definitely take advantage of office hours. Try to sit up close. Try not to fall asleep. Funny story. Actually, one time I was in this class, and basically, it was so bad to the point where um, I was the only one that walked in. This was during the pandemic. They had tried to do this thing where they brought some of the kids back, and so they used the cafeteria or one of the rooms near the cafeteria, like this big room, to bring all the students back. And so that way, our class wouldn't be like, together, but it would be spread out. And so because she posted the videos online, um, no one was going like in class. For one, it was really early, and two, it was just a lot. And so she had a very monotone, calm voice, and I just so happened to walk in one time, and nobody else showed up. Bruh, bruh, nobody else showed up. So I said, okay, bet. Tell me why. Embarrassing, y'all. Tell me why. As I'm walking out, I see her and she walks in and she's like, hey, are you ready for the lecture? So I was like, so I had my backpack and I was like at the door. So she's like, are you ready for the lecture? And I'm just like, oh yeah. So I awkwardly, waddle back to my seat and I open up the notepad. So I'm writing down, and her voice is literally starting to make me fall asleep. Mind you, this is 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I was struggling. I had a thing of coffee. For me to drink coffee, something is wrong. Something is wrong. But I was drinking coffee, and I still could not wake up. Her voice, it was like I can't even describe it. She was an excellent educator. She was an excellent teacher, very understanding, very knowledgeable. She had a lot of credentials, but it was just her voice was just so like soothing and soft. Like even though she was using a microphone, and so I'm falling asleep in the chair. Mind you, I'm the only one there. I'm sitting right in the front. I'm the only one there, and she's looking directly at me. She's watching me fall asleep, and she did not stop once. At the end, she was like, "Okay, any questions?" She said, "Any question?" I'm just like I don't know what it was, but I literally could not. I could not. I couldn't. But yes, try to make you know, um, meaningful connections with your professors. Now, as far as schoolwork, some professors are hard to deal with, but a good amount of the professors that I knew, weren't very hard to deal with. They were very open. They were very open to helping, and so never be afraid to ask for help, even if they are kind of like, I guess you could say, even if they are kind of, assertive or not assertive, but abrasive. If they're kind of abrasive, still ask for help. And if they can't help you, ask someone that's in their department or that's someone else that teaches their class or used to teach their class or that's in that subject. Because nine times out of 10, there's someone else that knows the same material and will teach it to you and they won't mind. There's also tutors. I know at my college they had tutors and all that stuff, and they had different hours and stuff. So make sure you use that. Make sure you use that. Now, if you are a heavy STEM major like I was, because I'm also going into the biomedical part, but if you are heavy in the STEM and you're taking classes that have labs, make sure you time it right. Okay, make sure you time it right because that really can alter how your schedule is and how your time management becomes. Especially for me, because some days I would go out there specifically just for the lab when I could have just been at home, or when I could have just, you know, I learned the next semester, but that first semester was kind of weirdly placed. I remember one person, they didn't live on campus. They would have to stay almost all day because one of the labs that they were taking wasn't until about 5 or 6 or 7. So make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. Schoolwork itself, don't wait. Just go ahead and do it. Just knock it out the park. Don't be so afraid of, and this is what I had to learn. Don't be so afraid of failure that you kind of stay stuck. Because because a lot of times the staying stuck part is, or the procrastination part is kind of comes, I know for me it stems from a fear of not being perfect, a fear of imperfection. And so because of, me potentially not getting it all the way right, a lot of times I would just literally get stuck, and my brain would just, it would just keep going and going on the same thing, and it I could have literally just knocked it out. You can also set yourself like on a timer. You can set yourself, give yourself like a time. I know what I would do is I would put on a calendar like, okay, from this time to this time I need to work on this. On this time and this time I need to work at this. And I would have an alarm set up. I would have a timer set up. And even though I didn't always by the timers or clocks, depending on what it was, a good amount of time I did, and it helped me a lot to work on time management and uh, time management organization, which is like key. Time management and organization is so key to like balancing a lot of stuff, especially if you have a job and you have college and you have chores that you have to do. You know what I'm saying? And I know for me, church was a big thing. Lastly, because this video is running way over time, do not compare yourself to other people. Do not compare yourself to other people. When I actually, part of my depression during college came from the fact that I would compare how I saw other people. Other people, oh, they're getting a job offer at the end of their term. Oh, they're getting this, they're doing this, they're in this club, they're showing up on the newsletter. They're like, it was like, they're doing all this, they're getting good grades, all this other stuff. But it's like, I had to remember, who I was, especially in the STEM community, because science fields tend to be competitive because of the way that everything runs. Like, med school, masters, graduate school, like all those different things, they require a level of analyzation of your character, and it does force you to have to be compared to other people. But at least for me, I had to realize that God, had my back. God really does. That he still has my back. But he has my back, and I have to keep moving on and keep growing, and not just stopping because of the potential that I may not be chosen, or I may be rejected, or anything else. Use your God given, the favor that God placed on you, and use it for your advantage. And some people are put in the situations where they might have to take a break in between, the years that they go to college. They may switch colleges, they may switch degrees, they may, people may go into something different. They might not want to go to college, but they might go to trade school, or if any of those things occur, it doesn't matter. You are still valuable. You are still a valuable human being on this planet. It doesn't matter what you go into, as long as you're going into something that you feel passionate about, that you are, feel like you are equipped for, and if you're spiritual, uh, like what God is telling you that He wants you to do, or what you have a passion for, what you feel like you're built for, go after it. Go ahead and go after it. Like it doesn't matter if it doesn't. So society's social clock doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, God is going to use you. God is going to use you so well. Okay, I think that's about it. To be honest, this went way over. Like, all the stuff that I just said, I did not plan to say that. That was not in the script. I'm looking at my script right here. It was not in it. But I hope this helped whoever needed it, whoever is going into college or any type of education field, or any type of program, any type of school that you're going in. I'm praying that you're going to do well. I'm hoping the best for you. I am praying for you. And I will see you later.